Absolutely, and it does look like both runners ready. I'm going to turn them loose, 40 watt.
All right. So this is both of these competitors' first year in the tournament, both relatively new to the game. They don't have the years of experience that some of our runners have. So we're still going to see an even matchup here. I'm very excited to see what's going on. We see they have been turned loose, so they should start momentarily.
All right, and away we go. Game number one. Looks like Volwrath a little bit ahead, but we'll get them in sync in just a moment here. Game number one between Volwrath and Stormcrow. There's the Razor Shield for Volwrath. There's the Razor Shield for Stormcrow.
Yep, again, the Razor Shield, pretty much the only manipulable item in this game that we know of. It just helps you really clean up this room. You get to, as you see, ignore one of the pathways that the enemies are coming from. Stormcrow being crazy, doesn't even have a shield left anymore.
Volwrath went with the smart bomb. He was trying to end the room with that, but he was too early with that. So Stormcrow is going to have the whole shot by quite a bit. I'd say 5 seconds or so.
Yeah, those bombs are a tricky customer. If you don't hit them right at the end, at the end, and right at a perfect time, kind of in a frame rule, you're going to add 2 to 3 seconds to your timer.
And an opening Razor Shield drop for Stormcrow, a foot for Volwrath. Nothing to write home about for him. Not following up by a vulnerability. Stormcrow just going to ignore it with the Razor Shield in hand. Vulnerability for Volwrath, but he gets clubbed down.
Yeah, unfortunately, going for an invulnerability, I have a saying that says never die for an invulnerability because you could just die for an invulnerability. So there's really no point in risking it. You could just kill yourself right off the bat.
I'll tell you what, Stormcrow without an orb, this is a really good time without an orb. 123.
Yeah, 123, definitely a very good time coming in here.
I mean, that's a good time with an orb. That's a great time without one.
Yeah, I mean, it's you're holding your own at that point for sure. Like I said, when people don't have orbs, you get to see what they're really made of.
Absolutely. Rockets for Stormcrow. That'll help clear most of the room, followed by a key. But yeah, Volwrath already 27 seconds back. I mean, obviously there's a lot of this run left to go, but he's already behind the 8 ball.
Yeah, for not having an orb, Stormy got all the perfect drops. Had rockets there. Now he has a spreader, which now he has grenades, which kind of is not a great opportunity here, but
yeah, he actually lost a couple of seconds, but he was fishing for an orb, didn't get one. Going into total carnage with no weapon, vulnerability, so nothing to write home about for Stormcrow. There's rockets for Volwrath. Will he be able to get to him? Yes.
This is if you're racing in this is where you start paying attention yourselves, guys. See what these people are doing when they don't have an orb. A lot of people like to practice in certain situations, and usually this isn't one of them.
Good rockets for Stormcrow, and more Vitamin R. Man, the cup runneth over for Stormcrow in terms of these drops, even without an orb. He has not had an orb yet. In fact, we haven't seen an orb from either runner yet. We're almost 3 minutes in.
Yeah, this has been one of those rare games where it's a full drought on each side.
More rockets now for Stormcrow. The rich keep on getting richer. Key for Volwrath, not what he wanted to see to go with that Razor Shield. More rockets for Stormcrow. Just absolutely crazy drops. And again, without an orb, 309 into the bonus room without an orb, that's pretty damn good.
Yeah, I mean, this is a competitive time period. That's not even like anything. Like with or without an orb, this is a pretty good time when you're racing.
Oh, unfortunately for Volwrath, trying to get that Razor Shield.
There's the first orb.
Yep, it goes to Volwrath, trying to cut any kind of that lead, but Stormcrow right now already in a powerful position here in game number one. Opening drop, spreader, not terrible. It's Stormcrow go, man.
All right, 350 into the secret room, and with the deficit, that's the entire secret room pretty much.
Oh, Stormcrow got an orb and loses it just as quickly. Does take down the final gunner. Volwrath needs a good opening drop. Another orb for Stormcrow. Volwrath would love to see rockets to maybe try to put a dent into that lead.
Stormy with the orb loses the orb as soon as I even look at it, and then
it's been like this all night with you, 40 watt, and not a good opening drop for Volwrath. It's a foot, loses the orb too. Not looking good for him at the moment, but again, Mutoid Man can do Mutoid Man things. There's a spreader for Stormcrow. Gonna try to finish off the room with it, and he will be able to finish off the room with that. So he's gonna be the first one to Mutoid Man with a 4:37. Not gonna be happy with that time, but he is gonna have the lead. An orb for Volwrath, doing some good movement there to keeping it.
Yeah, I mean, and when you look at the big picture, 437 with only really having an orb, half of tank trouble for the whole run, and that's about it. That's actually a pretty great time.
Volwrath waited too long on that smart bomb. Ends up losing the orb because it was clipped by the tank.
Another orb up for Volwrath.
Yeah, it's in a bad spot, though. Yeah, there was not much chance he was going to be able to keep that one.
All right, Mutoid Man giving nothing to Stormy.
I was just noticing a lot of empty drops. Finally, we get a lobber, though.
That's what we're saying, folks. You know, even a 20-second lead.
Here we go. Spreader chance for Stormcrow. He's going to be able to get at least one form off, depending on what the next drop is. He would have loved to have seen an invulnerability. Not to be, though.
Two forms right there.
Yeah, that's very good. Glitch our first Glitchoid.
Chalk it up. First one of the tournament.
Following it up by a key. Volwrath needs a spreader here, or something really good. Let's see what he gets. He does get a spreader. He's going for it. He's going for it.
This will work out nicely. Spreader on Stormy's side.
Yeah, he's going to ignore it, though. It's in a very bad spot.
Oh, he gets it. He's manualing.
Oh, that invulnerability would have been so good.
Game just likes to laugh in your face.
I know, doesn't it? We saw that against the Lucia Jim and ET in that last one. There's a spreader for Volwrath, but he's got a long ways to go. Manually is going to be hard. He's going to try, though, and he gets hit.
Final form for Stormcrow at 617-ish.
Yeah, Stormcrow, as long as he gets good weapons, is able to land his shots, he will take game number 1.
Spreader when you don't really need it.
Nah, that's the worst drop, but they just needed that little bit, and that's going to do it. Stormcrow going to take game number 1.
Yep, it'll be about a 642, 643. Volwrath, you know, playing with what he's got, taking the orbs, grabbing the rockets. In that situation, you may want to just drain the orbs because you can get that double or triple damage, and that damage will add up more to what the rockets would be over that time.
Yeah, Volwrath just not getting the drops that he is looking for. He's getting rockets and grenades and not really getting any spread. Now he gets an invulnerability. Yeah.
The game knows.
It certainly does, 40 watt. And another invulnerability. What are you doing, game? It's over. You can stop being mean to Volwrath. See, the game doesn't care.
In fact, the game laughs.
Exactly, 40 watt. In fact, so much that it's going to give him another key.
Yep. Key's really only useful at all if you care about your score.
Yeah, exactly. But unfortunately, this is not a high score run. This is a who can beat easy % fastest run. As down goes Mutoid Man for Volwrath. It's going to be just under the 8-minute marks. He's going to be disappointed about that, but he just didn't really have much to work with for a majority of that run.
Yeah, looking at the timers, it's roughly just under a minute.
I mean, he only lost maybe 10 seconds to Stormcrow in that Mutoid Man fight. So, I mean, it was practically even, but it goes back to what I said at the start of this match, 40 watt. It's whoever was going to have the cleaner Arena 1 was going to come out on time. And Stormcrow, in spite of, not really having much of weapons, definitely had a much cleaner Arena 1.
Yeah, I mean, when you pair that with not having an orb that entire time for the most part, it was a very good showing. Getting the numbers pretty much where you want them when you're kind of on a PB sub-6 run. So, very strong showing.
All right, I'm going to ask if they are ready for game number 2.
All right, chat. Who's got game number 2? Let's see it. Coming up after this, I believe it's Zexy and Aquas. Another interesting match. Zexy really, seasoned, putting in some work also on the game, just getting a PB today of a 544, 545.
Yeah, that's right. And Aqua's also getting a PB earlier this morning. The time that you see on the Speedrun website is actually now out of date. He got a 621 earlier this morning, so nice. He's moving up the leaderboards.
So both our competitors putting in time, putting in the work, and it's showing off. I'm interested in seeing where this is going because there's a good chance that if I win my matches coming up, whoever's winning these matches in the next rounds is who I could be going against.
All right, both runners, I have given them the signal, so we're just about ready to start. Game number 2 here, 40 watt.
All right, game number 2. Stormcrow has one chalked up. Strong showing with no orb. Let's see what these two get dished out this time.
Away we go. Game number 2 of our 4th match tonight. Stormcrow up 1-0. He's looking to take a 2-0 lead. Volwrath looking to equalize. Here we go.
Both going ahead with that shield. Stormy doing the slight spawn manip where you can kind of get thicker spawns rather than the more spread out smaller ones.
Yeah, it's definitely showing on Stormcrow's side in terms of the score about getting those thicker spawns, and it's going to show on the time here. But it's not, it's close. It's going to be Stormcrow with the whole shot, but he's got a 41. Volwrath with the 42, so roughly a second. So both of them off to a solid start. But first drop, let's see who gets the advantage.
Yep. Everyone running this game always looks for that almighty early orb.
Volwrath does get it the first drop, but can he keep it? Razor Shield for Stormcrow, that's a good drop too. But can he get weapons to complement that? He does get a spreader. Volwrath not getting any weapons to complement that orb, unfortunately.
Stormy hitting that bomb and getting that 2-second penalty.
Yep, something you don't want to see here in this stage of the game. But looking at this, it is going to be Volwrath ahead, 122, but Stormcrow just a second behind. So we had a 2-second swing there.
Yep, they're trading places.
All right, so time for Eat My Shrapnel. 18 of the Mr. Shrapnels need to go down. Only 4 on the screen at once. Good start for Stormcrow. He's got rockets.
Yeah, rockets just make this room a dream. Did he lose his orb? Did he have one?
He never had one. He has not had an orb yet. So Volwrath's the only one that has gotten an orb, but more rockets for Stormcrow, following that up by a spreader. Volwrath not really getting any drop. Again, not getting anything to complement that orb. And another key!
Yep, he's getting a little run for his money towards the end there. Some people have trouble with this room. You kind of just need, it's even though it's a different room, you still just kind of want to control the
thing. They are dead even just because of those drops there. Dead even now.
The sink.
Ooh, rockets, can Volwrath get to them? Ooh, he let that shrapnel go. That could have been dangerous, but he keeps that orb intact. Spreaders for both now. He's getting no orb for Stormcrow. The longer he goes without that orb, Volwrath can gain some time if he can keep his orb. But there's an orb and a Razor Shield for Stormcrow. The double whammy, the good kind of double whammy.
Yep, even throwing in the good bomb there.
And Volwrath getting a Razor Shield. Oh, but he runs into the mine. Oh!
That is a troll this game loves to do. It loves to put rockets right on top of that mine. I don't know why it does that, but it loves to do it.
Yeah, I hate to see it, folks. Volwrath was on such a good run. Now he gets the orb back. But I think Stormcrow is going to take the lead on the back of that. Oh, and he loses the orb again. Yes, Stormcrow 302 into the bonus room, and now he gets clubbed down. Yet now it's falling apart for Volwrath. Ugh.
Yeah, 302 hitting the secret room. That's where you want to be. Even when you're doing PB attempts, that's like right where you're trying to hit or under. So.
There's the swirl of shame for Volwrath. So yeah, that lead is quite substantial for Stormcrow. It is going to be a 322, 20 seconds for Stormcrow. No weapons for either player. They both have the orb. Stormcrow, if he can get a rocket, that would be an awesome start for him, but instead it's a foot.
Yeah, sometimes in this room, even a foot can be a death penalty because having the slower, more precise movement can actually work to your benefit.
Ooh, there's a nice smart bomb for Stormcrow to take a little breather here, but one gunner still remains. Now they got them both. Volwrath would love to see rockets here, maybe cut into that lead, but instead he gets a dude!
Man, no one getting that opening rocket that they need, but they're still holding their orbs. And of course, as soon as I say that,
yeah, but that was a tough one for Volwrath to keep. I mean, he had everything coming at him. He had the shots, he had the shrapnel. It was just tough to keep at that point. Stormcrow with a smart bomb,
but it hit something at the same time and lost his orb too.
Yeah, so, I mean, right now, as it stands, you would imagine that, that was a close call there by Volwrath. Somehow not getting hit by that shot. I think the orb deflected that, perhaps. Oh, but he loses the orb. And he gets clubbed. No, he does not get clubbed down, but he missed the smart bomb. Stormcrow going into the Mutoid Man first.
Stormy getting in here, I believe it was at a 423. So, I mean, if he had an immaculate Mutoid Man, he could possibly sub 6 and starting out with the spreader and now a shield. Not a bad start.
Wow, yeah, the richer getting richer here. He's already got the first storm popped off. Now going to use the rockets to take down the gunners.
Another spreader.
This will have to be a manual, though, because it's on the right. And he gets a vulnerability! Are you kidding me?
Oh, my God.
RNG favoring favorites, folks. And right now, Stormcrow's going to get a commanding lead here. We could be talking. Another glitch toy. Back-to-back now. We could be talking. And there's the head.
Another spreader.
Is he going to go for it? He is, but he gets run over immediately. If another, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I didn't even have time. 41. I didn't even have time to mention it. I didn't even have time to mention it. And he gets electrocuted. Oh, that may have ripped sub 6.
This might be our first.
No, wait. Hold it. Yes, he's got it.
First sub 6 of the tournament, right there. Opening day, people.
In fact, that might be 4x. It's going to be close. We'll take a look, but that is a hot time for Stormcrow. Let's take a look. And it is a 5-4x, 549 for Stormcrow. Wow.
That's probably the 4th fastest time in tournament history as of this moment.
Yeah, what is the fastest? Is it still Deller's 541, or did somebody break that last season?
Deller had a 541, and I had a 543, and then CHX is close in there, too.
So I'm telling you, I'm calling this right now. Somebody's 549. Someone's 5-3xing this.
Oh yeah, with Brysolf in the tournament and the work CHX is putting in, and there's a handful of others that have 5-3x, 5-4x times. It'll happen.
Hey, I'm sitting next to somebody who is possible going to get a 5-3x. I think you could do it.
It is possible. It is possible.
Yeah, I mean, Volwrath just ran into a buzzsaw. Even if he had a good Mutoid Man fight, he was still losing this one. I mean, Stormcrow got the drops working. He got spreaders. He got invulnerabilities to go with those spreaders. There was just nothing Volwrath can do there.
Yeah, I mean, that's just great performance. I mean, for most people in this tournament, that would be a PB that they would be very, very happy with. Volwrath now finishing it up. Blowing the head off probably around a 707, 708. Couple that with the 5-second penalty, and then the 10 seconds to get out of the room. We're now looking around a 28-ish, 25-ish.
Absolutely, but just a dominating performance, and that is why Stormcrow's in the top 5 for a reason. I mean, that Mutoid Man fight, you said it was 423. He ended up getting a 549. That is 1 minute and 26 seconds, 86-second Mutoid Man fight. That's insane.
Yeah, I mean, with the fastest known one being 70 seconds, just done quite recently by Brysolf, 86 is phenomenal.
No question about it. I mean, Volwrath, he's going to need the RNG to be turned off on Stormcrow's side if he keeps playing like this.
Well, apparently it may have been turned off when he was in the Mutoid Man room with all those spreaders he got. It just sat there giving them to him over and over again.
I know, right. I mean, good RNG turned off. I should have been more specific there, 40 Watt.
Yeah. All righty, man. So, I mean, we got 2-0 with the performance Stormcrow's been putting out. I'm going to kind of hand this one to Stormcrow probably with this next one, unless something drastically changes here.
No question about it. I'm asking both if they are ready for game number 3. Looks like they're not quite ready just yet, so we got a little bit of time to kill before we get them turned loose.
Another sweep, Prince Leaf points out.
Well, we'll see how this plays out.
What do y'all think out there in chat world? Who do you got next?
Well, I mean, the numbers suggest it's going to be Stormcrow taking game number 3. I mean, Volwrath has played well, but if Stormcrow is going to be throwing sub-6s, that's just a hard sell.
Yeah, I mean, we do have more than ever, of course, at 16 people, but it's still, it's still a limited club. And if you're swinging the sub-6s at the tournament, that person has they come out to play ball. They come out to mean business. They're not just goofing off.
All right, both of them ready. I'm going to turn them loose.
All right, I see they have been turned over. Let's see what we get in the, I guess it's more importantly in the second room. I mean, the first room, it doesn't decide much, but you get some bombs on the feet or some grenades. It could actually impact you quite a bit and kill, 3 to 5 seconds off you.
Looks like a little bit of a late start there for Stormcrow. So we'll get them all synced up, but here we go. Game number 3. Both of them have their Razor Shield.
Getting synced up, and we are in business.
Vulnerability, Volwrath going to ignore it. Last drop is a foot, which could help Stormcrow at the end. Yeah, that's a good closing drop there, and Stormcrow is going to have the hole shot. I'd say 3-4 seconds. It is a 40 for Stormcrow, low 40 at that, with a 43 and a half for Volwrath. So about a 3.5 second lead to start things off. Opening drop for Stormcrow is going to be a delayed one. What do we have? Foot, but a spreader for Volwrath, so advantage Volwrath in the drop department. Now, Sonic the Hedgehog must have paid a visit to this arena. We're seeing nothing but feet.
Yeah, I mean, this weird room. This room has a weird thing sometimes where it wants to dish nothing but feet out at you, and I think Stormy is on that cycle. Yeah,
that is 5 of them. Yeah, that is 5. That's 6 now. 6 feet, 7 feet between the two. This is absolutely insane. Nothing but feet here in the collect power-ups. This is absolutely nutty. And
another
8 foot, 8 feet. That's insane, and it is Volwrath who's going to take the lead going to the Eat My Shrapnel, plus he's got an orb.
Yeah, I don't know what it is about that room, but you just get caught in some certain cycles or getting a certain amount of hits per drop, and it just keeps dishing those feet out to you. I think I've collected personally 7 in that room myself.
I believe you, 40 Watt. I believe you. Meanwhile, Volwrath, I tell you what, that swirl was chasing him like a Phanto would in Super Mario Bros. 2, but he was able to fend him off, has the room under control now, just has to take down the shrapnel dudes. But Stormcrow's still without an orb.
Yeah, no orb on that will eventually start to chip away at this time.
Oh, look at this. A chance for Volwrath. He's going to pick up that rocket. That's the end of the room. He'll have it for total carnage.
That's a beautiful drop there. You can clear out the shrapnels mighty quick, get rid of all of them around you, and more rockets.
Oh, Rich getting richer here, and Volwrath needs is being down 2-0.
Yeah, being smart, holding off, grabbing the spreader once the rockets are fully put to use.
And the longer Stormcrow goes without an orb, the harder it's going to be for him to keep up pace, unless Volwrath... Ooh, now the drops. That's a bad location for that grenade. He's going to try to ignore it if he can. Good job, able to dodge that. But now the orb and a Razor Shield, for Volwrath. He's able to get to it. So now it's pretty much even in terms of you're flatlining that lead for Volwrath. So Volwrath, again, provided he's going to keep everything healthy, will keep his lead. But what happened with Stormcrow?
I have no idea. I think a piece of shrapnel may have snuck through.
Oh, and if that's the case, that's very unfortunate. You hate to see that, but it is going to be Volwrath. And a very good time. A 310 into the bonus room. That is very competitive. An orb back, though, for Stormcrow, but he's going to find himself double digits back.
Yeah, this is going to be a rough one. Volwrath's been playing a completely new person in this run, in my opinion. Holding this orb down, holding these tight centers, so... This is almost an entire room, but we do have a little bit of time for Taco Bell.
Product placement with Taco Bell. 3:27 was the time for Stormcrow, so 17 seconds. Grenades, that's a bad drop for Volwrath, so that's not really much he can use there. He'll have to ignore it. Does his best to take down the first gunner and avoid the shrapnel. Now,
man.
Wow, these moves.
Yeah, these moves
are some
great.
nifty moves there by Volwrath. Still has the orb intact. Can he get the second gunner down? He's kind of pinned. Gets the tank.
Yeah, playing some risky moves, walking in front of the doors, but doing it smart.
I'm loving this.
Smart. Holding down the corner.
He's doing great. Just a few. He's got it. Wow. He loses the orb, but I'll tell you what, that was some really good movement there by Volwrath. But here comes Stormcrow with the orb, and now Vitamin R. Orb for Volwrath. Can he get to it? Oh! I thought the Shroud was going to pick him off for a moment. Good job there by Volwrath. But more Vitamin R for Stormcrow. He's trying to flip the script here in Tank Troll. Remember, he was 17 seconds down. The weapons half favored him as Volwrath loses the Orb again. And Stormcrow is going to be the first one in the Mutoid, man. It just goes to show what good drops can do. 440 for Stormcrow, but Volwrath not out of it yet. He's single digits back, 448, less than 8 seconds. Here we go.
Yeah, that's literally a drop and a half, 2 drops, and Mutoid Man's been known to give you a couple keys before.
Starting with a lobber for Stormcrow, followed by rockets. Both gunners gone. Grenades, not really a great drop. Going to be tough with the short range to get the gunners off. But now lobbers could be able to get the second one off. This could very well come down to who can get the first spreader. Right now, no spreaders.
Yep. I mean, when you do want those lobbers, if you don't have them and you want to place them right, which Volwrath is doing. Stormy going in manual.
Yeah, he had a little bit of an invulnerability left, so he's going to try manually. He's getting a couple shots in, but not really doing the damage that you want to see. Well, that invulnerability would have been great had he had a spreader there, but Volwrath had rockets. So right now, it's pretty close between these two. We could have a photo finish here.
Stormy popping the chest out, and now with the dead drop, this is Volwrath with the
but he's sitting on it! He's sitting on it! Can he get to it? He does!
Yes, get to it, all right. Oh, Stormy now with the
can he
spreader.
get to it? Yes!
Oh, and then Volwrath with the invulnerability.
But Stormcrow has a spreader, but Volwrath is going to take the lead.
It's not over yet.
No, but he gets run over. He gets run over.
Oh.
Final form for Volwrath. Can he force a game number 4? Another lobber is waiting for him. He's taking his time. He's taking his time. He gets to it.
Smart.
He avoids the shrapnel. It's looking good for Volwrath.
Smart.
Just
Another
a few
lobber.
more shots. Can he
lobber.
get it? He gets it.
Oh, he gets it.
Volwrath has forced a 4th game in this match. What a performance.
Yeah, that was a great match. That was a great match. Hats off to both of them.
It's not going to be a PB for Volwrath, but it's a 6:32, 6:33, just a dozen seconds away. What a performance by Volwrath to force game number 4. Stormcrow also going to be sub 7, but he's going to have to play another game if he wants to move on.
Yep, I mean, I like this is what I love about the Smash TV races. It puts a little kick in someone. They taste the edge of death, and then they know, and then now they're on their way. One thing I'm noticing, both of these competitors are actually racing on the same platform, the Mister.
Yeah, which I believe is going to be the same platform that Aquas will be using in his race coming up against Zexy.
As will Zexy.
It's become a very popular platform. I mean, people love to use the BizHawk for, the catch-all emulations, but, the Mister's really been catching on.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of it. I personally own one myself. Last year when I came in second, I played on the Mister myself.
Well, there you go. So maybe it's proved to be, a very nice compliment for runners to use. I mean, like you said, you can play a lot of different systems with that Mister. So Volwrath has forced a game number 4. So, already we're on better pace than we were in last year's tournament with all the 3-0 sweeps. Now we're seeing another one go more than 3. I love it.
Yeah, I love it. I like seeing sweeps sometimes, but personally, I like to see people fighting it out, getting their fair shot at things. So we will get into round 4. Stormcrow almost pulling it out. RNG definitely swings its ways, but I think that was just solid performance from Volwrath. He held onto that orb the whole time, moved in, took advantage of things when needed. So I'm looking forward to this next race. I have a feeling that Volwrath can pull it through.
All right, I have given them the signal to get started for game number 4. Let's see if Volwrath can force a game 5 just like our last match between ET and Lucid Jim, or if Stormcrow can finish the job and advance to the second round. Here we go.
And they are off. So again, both competitors will probably be starting with that invulnerability shield, sweeping out the enemies, and, hopefully trying to get around that 40-second mark.
All right, neither one of them getting a good drop. They'll just ignore it, of course. If we see another smart bomb, it's decision time. No decision. It's a foot for Stormcrow and vulnerability for Volwrath. Nothing doing for either player, but it is going to be Stormcrow with the hole shot. This could be a sub 40 for Stormcrow, and it close.
Yeah, in that room, a good technique is just to pretty much ignore all of the drops other than that very first spreader or that shield, because that third will be timed perfectly just in case it is a nuke.
Right. Right now, Volwrath is a little less than 4 seconds behind. Razor Shield to start things off for Stormcrow, but grenades for Volwrath. And now an orb for Stormcrow. The rich are getting richer here.
Yep, but now it's up to, Stormy has just now been given the A, but it is up to him to keep it.
Oh, but look at this. Volwrath, the game's not playing favorites at the moment. An orb for him.
And that's what I like to see. I love the even RNG.
But it's a 121 out of collect power for Stormcrow. Really good time there.
Yeah, that's what you're shooting for.
Anytime you're under 80 seconds, I like to call that a hot time going into Eat My Shrapnel. That means you're really doing some good things and you've gotten some good drops.
Absolutely. So again, in Eat My Shrapnel, some people like to treat it like any other different room. To me, I try to keep it like any other room. Control the center, get rid of the shrapnel. If one of the shrapnel gets away from you, ignore it. Let it get from you.
Speaking of getting away from things, the orb getting away from Volwrath, he loses it. And that could be a problem going into Total Carnage if he doesn't get a replacement.
Yeah, especially with the way Stormy's playing and he still has that orb, this will definitely be one of those situations where you will see the gap grow if nothing weird happens.
Yeah, right now, Volwrath has still these 3 shrapnel dudes left. Yeah, not only is he going to lose time, he's going to lose a lot of time if he doesn't get that orb fast, unless Stormcrow makes a mistake here. But right now, he's doing a good job keeping the middle, even though he's not really. There's finally a decent drop for Stormcrow. He gets a spreader, and now the cup overfloweth for Storm. Vitamin R followed up by more spreader. Can he get to it? He does. Volwrath does get the orb back, but he got a key for Stormcrow, but loses the orb as Volwrath.
It's unfortunate to see. You get that quick burst of hope, and then it just comes crashing down.
Yeah, and those rockets would have done great with that orb there. So Volwrath now getting some weapon drops. Look at this time. 256 into the bonus room.
Yeah, if you're hitting, if you're really going for those optimal marks, you want 3 minutes and under, no questions about it. If you're getting sub 3, you are on fire pace.
Yeah, that's a great pace. Stormcrow with that kind of pace, you can, if everything goes right, you can sub 6. Now he has no weapon in the ready here, so he's going to be looking for a good drop. If he gets a good drop, he could put Volwrath away right now. I'm dead serious.
Yeah, this is a situation where that can happen, and with this spreader, it can definitely happen. Already taken out a gunner.
Now he's going to try to take out the second, but loses the orb. Now look at this. That's the end of his rockets. I was going to say, if Volwrath had some rockets left, that could have helped him at the beginning of tank trouble, but that was the last.
Yep, Stormy also taking a death, so now he's just down to normal man. Taking a second death as soon as I say that. The curse of my mic.
I'll take the blame as well, because I was mentioning sub 6, and now everything is just falling apart for him. But Volwrath, he needs a good opening drop here to have even a glimmer of a shot here.
Yeah, but Stormy's now died 3 times.
Well, he does get a rocket and a vulnerability. That's a good drop when you have no orb.
Yep, you can definitely put it to use to either just protect yourself, combine that with the foot, you can really clear the room pretty easy.
And using the grenades takes down the last gunner. So yeah, he did a good job. 420 for Stormcrow.
Still 420. Still 420. The sub 6 is still possible with this.
Certainly. It certainly is. Less than 100 seconds, he's going to get that sub 6. Let's see what happens for Stormcrow. Weapons are looking good for Volwrath. He gets rockets followed up by a spreader, but a key drop. That is not the start Stormcrow was looking for.
Yep, at that point, you just got to take out the gunners, because otherwise you're just standing around at that, waiting.
Yeah, well, precisely. Volwrath, more good drops. He's getting a lot of good drops when he doesn't have an orb. That can usually be helpful. And, Stormcrow's not done much against Mutoid, man. It's a 37-second lead, but that lead is shrinking.
Yep, and if Volwrath has a spreader walking in, so, take care of the swirl, make your way up, and take advantage of that non-vibration time.
Let's see if he implements that strat.
Oh, right on the. That's great.
This is a long ways, though. I don't know if he's going to get to it. No, he's blocked.
Yeah, so I mean, in that case, if it was quick enough, your invulnerability will expand that hitbox a little to collect within Mutoid Man. But yeah, that was just a little too slow.
Yeah, that was a lot of distance to get to. But
Yeah,
Stormcrow, not getting dropped, so sub 6 is going to be out of play. Volwrath getting an invulnerability. Now a spreader, Stormcrow, let's see, he's going to try to manual.
yeah.
Gets a little bit, but not that
Volwrath,
much.
Volwrath popping the arm. So only one form behind, 1.5. Oh, now 2 forms behind.
Well, yeah, 1 3/4, I'd say. Right now, Volwrath needs to see a spreader come up, and he needs to see it right now.
Get that good luck spreader right here.
It's a key, though, for Stormcrow, so that's going to delay him, but a spreader needs to show up for Volwrath. It needs to show up right now. Where is that weapon? A lobber for Stormy.
Yeah, he's also on 0 lives, so if a spreader does pop up and he takes that death, it still will be a penalty.
Well, absolutely, it'll be a penalty, but unfortunately, Volwrath not getting that. He gets the spread, but it's in such an awful spot. He's not gonna go for the death there, and he's gonna try to manual. Got a couple shots, but not really enough to really put a dent into Stormcrow's lead. But Stormcrow still another empty drop, but an empty drop for Volwrath too.
This is when you're just waiting on the game.
Yeah, this is Trolltoid Man at his finest, 40 watt. And another invulnerability for Volwrath. Final form for Stormcrow. Now he gets a spreader when he doesn't need it. But this lobber could do it.
Yeah, I mean, this is Mutoid Man.
Yep. And there it is. Stormcrow takes down Mutoid Man, and he is going to win the match 3-1. The RNG was just not there for Volwrath in the Mutoid Man fight.
Yeah, I got a spreader chance, but like you were saying, the location and the situation that it was in. I mean, that's what this game is all about. It's all situational. There's no real straightforward answer to any situation.
Yep, and a GG again to both runners. I mean, Volwrath, you know what? Like I said, Mutoid Man opened the door for Volwrath, but unfortunately, the other Mutoid Man just slammed it shut on Volwrath. Oh, man.
Mutoid Man taking another death. They're taking another kill on him. Getting them with the lasers.
All right, now this lobber ought to do it for Volwrath here. He's missing a lot of shots.
Yeah, that's the thing about the lobber is that the way, since it kind of shoots at this arc, it has like a delay of where it's hitting versus all the other weapons.
That will do it. Volwrath does take him down. GG there, but it is Stormcrow moving on to the second round, but Volwrath not eliminated yet. He does go to the bonus bracket.
Absolutely strong showing. Took down a notch, did not allow it to at least be a full sweep. As we now prepare for the next match, Zexy versus Aquis. Aquis, a very seasoned speedrunner, many titles under the belt. Zexy, very seasoned in this game, setting the sub 550, the sub 545 just moments before we started up the tournament today. This one's going to be interesting. I think this is one of those ones where you're going to see skill in the game itself versus skill in a lot of games, but not this specific game, maybe. And not necessarily, I should say, skill. It's more of a knowledge thing.